So Lizzo appeared on last week's episode of Friends Keep Secrets podcast, and she opened up about waiting until her 30s to lose her virginity. The now 37-year-old Lizzo says, "I was a late bloomer, and I lied about it for a long time." After they attempted to guess her age when the event occurred, Lizzo revealed it happened in 2020. She said, "I promised myself when I was younger that I wouldn't have sex until I won a Grammy." Her statement left the host in shock, and one of them asked if she would have eventually given in had she not won a Grammy. That's a good question. Lizzo also went on to say, "You all have no idea." She says there was a religious aspect behind all of this as well. Because, see, growing up as a teenager in church, Lizzo said she and a couple of her church friends, they made a pact when they were younger to not have sex before marriage. And, this is a very common thing in churches, in church youth groups and things of that nature. This is a common thing. So by making that pact, she was terribly afraid to break it. And terribly paranoid as well, which in turn kept the boys away because she was so scary. She was scared to do anything, that would maybe compromise her breaking that pact. So for many, many, many years, that was the main reason why she remained a virgin. And you know what? I can totally and completely relate to this story. Oh, yes. This is my story as well. I, too, was a late bloomer. Now, I didn't wait to 30 now. I didn't wait that long. I wasn't that late of a bloomer. But I did lose my virginity at 21, which by most standards is decent. But, these kids hot in the tail, honey. And most people have had sex or lost their virginity before the age of 21. Most people. Most kids, unfortunately, but not I, honey. I was too afraid. I too was raised in church. Come from, my grandfather was the pastor, and all the men and the older men, the women, everyone. I was born and raised and groomed in church. So I too had that fear of having sex before marriage. And I totally get this. I think I may have mentioned before in a separate chronicle how even up until I was 18, I wasn't allowed to listen to secular music. It was only Christian music, gospel music. That's how I grew up. And to some, looking back, some may think that I was sheltered. And to a degree, I probably was. But at the time, I didn't realize it. And at the time, it wasn't an issue, because that's all I knew. So, but yeah, I definitely understand where she's coming from. I was afraid. I always had this scenario in my mind that the moment I would try and have sex, God would just crack the skies wide open and I would just be caught red-handed. Like, that's, the scenario that always played in the back of my mind, which kept me a virgin for, many years. But oh, how I've made up for lost time. But we ain't got enough time for that one in this chronicle. But I would love to know what you think about this story. How old were you when you gave it up? I would love to know about it. So feel free to get in the comments section. If not, a like and a share always goes a long way and it's most appreciated. But if you do, get in the comments, let's talk about it, and let's get into the pieces.